time the market. So the SIP is a perfect product. You buy month after month, if necessary week after week, you average out your cost of acquisition, and that is the right strategy. So it is only the bulk purchases, the big investors who try and time the market, and I'm sure that they are viewing the market right now to say, is this a buying opportunity? And we have seen in the past, the data supports the fact that actually when foreign flows go out, for FPI flows go out because of global reasons, it is the domestic institutions and the retail investors who come in to fill the gap. So invariably, that's the kind of data we see. It's almost a mirror image. So to that extent, I would say there's no time like the present at all. At the same time, I would also want to say that I think SBI Mutual Fund has picked the most appropriate scheme because it's a balanced scheme. So depending on the fund manager's view of the market, whether there's a further correction or whether we are, pretty much at the plateau, or whether, a little bit of buying, a little bit of selling, all those strategies the fund manager would do. And in fact balance out across the scheme. So it's a very carefully and I think in a very mature fashion selected scheme for this product.
So investor wealth creation and investor protection have been two important elements which our AMC has always been following. As ma'am mentioned, I think it would be initially be tested, tried with the balance advantage fund. You want to say something? I think I will ask MD AMC to respond.
Yeah, we will be offering it under the Balance Advantage Fund, only one scheme at this point of time, because that seems appropriate for the kind of launch we are looking at.
Hi ma'am, good evening. I'm Khushbu Tiwari from Business Standard. We all know that you don't head forward without any data, and in the consultation paper you said that mutual funds will be able to utilize the investor education fund to reach the break even. So what is the analysis on how much the outgo might be in between the industry that you might have conducted the consultation? The first question. And the second question is, will there be a limit of, as sir said, one scheme per mutual fund house, or will there be any relaxation? Or can the mutual fund house launch multiple scheme of multiple different orientation in the same thing?
So it's a good question. The reason why there is a cap is that because the entire ecosystem is coming together to support bringing new people into the system, right? So we have to also protect against any possible misuse of this, right? So which is why we needed to put a cap. Now, one argument that was put forth was to say, the minute the first person comes in, why do you need anything more than that? Because he's into the system now. So why is the cap not equal to 1? Our logic was, no, it should not be 1, and we've permitted 3. So 3 different, 250 rupee SIPs or this low value SIPs that we say. Why is that? Because we want to encourage all the AMCs to go out there and create the partnerships, the channels and the infrastructure to reach out. Now, if as a business person, you were to tell me that there'll be only one winner, so to speak, in every new location, and I say, oh, now SBI is already present, why am I going to go waste my time? Right? So the reason we allow 3 is so that 5 will try and do the work, 3 will actually end up getting the customer, and so you will have, everybody will be encouraged to go. So which is why the logic was not 1, but at least 3. And then more than that could end up in misuse, so then we put a cap on it. In terms of the total cost, I think some scenario analysis has been done. As you can imagine, the whole piece depends on what will be the uptake of the product, and therefore to what extent the incentive which is there, which needs to be paid out of that investor education fund, how much will that be? So on various scenarios it was done. I can't see my team sitting here, but the number was fairly small in terms of the proportion of the total fund available. So to that extent, even under various scenarios, we were very comfortable that this is not going to in any way jeopardize the overall investor education initiatives that the industry undertakes. So it's a relatively small portion.
Ma'am, the 3 scheme is